Hey Taurus, welcome to your Tarot Sportscast for April 2021. This is where we ask the question, well, exactly what sport are we talking about? The game of life, of course. The starting bell has already rung, so what do you say we go find our seats and enjoy the show? See you on the other side. We're going to start right off with the Yin Line, the masculine active force. I like the idea that we're beginning with the Four of Cups, which means you're in a prime position by sitting back, contemplating your navel a little bit, and thinking about your feelings, Yang. Because in that regard, here's what comes by. The Chariot. And if you notice in the Chariot where it sits in the progression of the major arcana, it's right after the card where you discover the magic and the dynamic between I and thou. The lovers, or in the older decks, the lover. Making a choice, realizing that there is a choice between the woman on one side of the lover and the woman on the other side. With Cupid up behind, ready to fire that arrow into the heart. And that awareness lends itself to, all right, let's go get active and go out exploring. Number 7, the Chariot. Go out exploring, because the Chariot being symbolized through the lens of Cancer and the moon relates totally to the feeling of home, right? And so if you're going to go and explore, how are you going to go out into a wild, wild world and explore with a sense of the anchoring feeling of home? That is your sport for this month, is to leave the bench, go out onto the playing field, recall everything the coach told you in the locker room, every drill you ever went through, every play you ever played, and take that feeling, which is your home territory feeling of what the game is all about before you go out and pitch yourself against your opponent, and maintain that. Take it out onto the field and live it. Be it and live it and still play it, right? That fast-moving pace, the moment, living in the moment, responding to competitive energies in the moment, things that want to assist you to get towards your goal, and things that want to hold you back. Then, where is your sport if you get up off that bench and go play the game, which seems to be about your feelings, right? You're taking your feelings of comfort and security that are symbolic with the home, right? The home is where the heart is, right? Okay, so you're taking those out and you are purposely throwing them into the mix of playing the game. Okay, cool. Be the charioteer when you get there and live that activity and the action that you're now capable of because of what you learned from previous parts of the major arcana. This is 7, 1 through 6, 0 through 6 actually, took you through the drills, the routines, the techniques. And now it's time to show your stuff. And where is that going to lead? You don't know. This card doesn't tell you where it leads. Success, not success. Whatever, how you interpret it as above, so below, how you interpret it in your spirit as above self, as you interpret it with your grounded world self, Taurus, and it leads to the Ace of Pentacles. What do we want to say about that? Rachel Pollack refers to the Ace of Pentacles as being one of the gate cards, significant beyond the significance of the normal run-of-the-mill cards. They're still important, but these have a little bit extra oomph to them. So keep that in mind, that you're not going after small potatoes this time. You're going after big potatoes, and you don't know what they are. That's what you're going to discover. You're going on an adventure. You're going to go out and ply your trade, your skills, your abilities, and then you're going to find out what lies within the potential of the Ace of Pentacles. Walk through that gate. Be bold. If you're going to be bold anyway, you are the Taurans, though, anyway. You are the Taurans. You are the ones who are symbolized by the bull, a symbol of, big-time masculinity and forward motion with power, right? Oomph. Go find out. Open that gate that's in the Ace of Pentacles and walk through and find out what's in there. That's your game for April. Then we go to Yin. And Yin, I got to tell you, this is the feminine, passive energies, forces. So I was meditating about the Taurus reading a little bit before I started this reading. I found myself thinking about the horn. Oh, the horn that is on the bull, right? And horns are not antlers. Horns last. Horns stay. Antlers grow and they fall off. And the new ones grow. Horns are not antlers. So if you got your horn and you grow it, you're going to also, as you live with your horns, they're going to be your part of your package of tricks, your bag of tricks. They're going to be part of the toolbox that you have, that you carry with you in your worldly life. And if you look up, which I did, I looked in Wikipedia, I looked up the horn and just oxen horns, bull horns. What horns have been used for over the millennia is amazing. Everything from medicinal properties when they grind them up to using horns for things like cups, vessels from which to drink, everything in between. So let's bring that into the Yin reading here and figure out, you have this in your toolbox. So how do you use it? How does it want to be used? Let's start out again. We're starting out with, for the Taurans, because this alignment vertically in the center cards have been the emotional feelings, type of world. So your game, Yin, as you walk out onto your playing field, is seriously considering what your options are. Why can you do it seriously? Because you have the confidence in you through the 7 to know what you know and to be able to reinforce your own belief in yourself and to know that what you choose is going to be worthy. Might not be the exact right choice. So what? I mean, what matters is that you make it clearly and cleanly. So make the choice. And in this case, you're wanting very much to walk forward to that security feeling where you'll get when you get to the 8 of Cups. That beautiful balanced scenario of the 8 above or the 4 above and the 4 below. What's your friend? Who do you want to take with you as you make this choice? And by the way, your game is now afoot in terms of a connectivity mode. And it's not a connectivity with things. It's with people. So you're going to head out and you're going to actually perhaps do the equivalent. Let's say your arena is a place where you can network. And your networking is going to be your game. Your strategies are how you network. And, can you be confident enough in yourself to forget about yourself and your ego while you network and yet still stay on task? You can. And who you want to take with you into that mode is dear old magician. With the ViceVersa cards, that's looking at it from the outside, and what you're looking at in your card now is you're in the frame, meaning you know how to do it. And so let's say it is networking, and maybe by taking your magician, your inner magician with you, and being willing to put on the hat at a moment's notice or wear the cloak at a moment's notice, you can do some presto changeo type of moves in network. Be the magician in the moment, not a false artificial magician that you conjure up out of your ego, but be your true magician self. And if you can open the door to that part of you, Ian, then you can the magician will just come in when required, because the magicians need an audience and they like being on stage. Magic doesn't mean anything if there's not somebody to experience it and to appreciate it, right? And so with your world, where does that lead? Because Yang's led to an unknown factor that is full of wonderment, of course, but unknown. So where does yours lead? Yours leads to some kind of harmony with another soul, Yin. And that in itself, hovering over this union, this potential union, is this amazing being from the major arcana. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to bring the magician to that moment? Here's what I think. The magician comes in and stands there as above, so below, just the embodiment of as above, so below, bringing the radiating energy from the heavens to the earth. right? But in fact, there's a beauty and something to consider in a practical sense in that motion. And that is this. The magician, that's all at number one in the progression of the major arcana. That's pretty much all the magician knows. And whereas it's both the blessing and the curse of, well, that's all you know? Yes. And the blessing is, that's all you know. Taking that schematic, however, and placing it over something like this, with the simplicity of that beginning. Just know as above, so below, and that's coming from the magician. And you've got the simplicity, the beauty of magic, and almost a miracle. A miracle at play. But this miracle doesn't sit there like, boom, just something appeared on the table. This miracle unfolds. What? That's all, Yin. That's enough. It's like beautiful. Your game is a seriously, it feels to me like the feminine beauty kind of a game. Yang, Taurus, you're getting a chance to be your masculine bull self. That's your game. It's like fitting, very fitting for both of you. There doesn't seem to be an awkwardness. And yet, what's the environment? What's the weather report for the month of April in your stadium, both yin and yang? Well, it starts with the Chariot. So it's kind of if you're a solo player and you are considering the balance between your yang and your yin, your yang wants to speak strongly and be its assertive self this month. Take the action, because it's all about that vibrant, sparkling, crackling energy of a chariot race kind of moment. That's the overlay, the weather, and what might get in your way as you're playing your game. Well, you might be looking at the perfect balance of the world too early. So know that the world is there, know that the completion is there, and you'll get there when you get there. And don't let the fact that you can get excited about the end game now get in the way of now. Now is important. And your asset is our Fool. My favorite plug and play card. I see the Fool as the jester, as the Joker's Wild that can show up at any time and be any card. So put the Joker, the Fool in your back pocket. Carry with your understanding of what's in your back pocket, that supports your efforts, as the Aquarian energy that the Fool represents. And there's a bit of a magical quality to that also. But that, you can rely on friends, and you can rely on your people, and you can rely on the collective. If you're aligning yourself in the law of attraction sense with the people in the world that are synchronistic with your energy, that you resonate with their energy, then rely on them. Believe enough, and this is the card of belief. Well, believe enough to believe that takes place. That the collective consciousness that puts out energy, puts out palpable, real-time energy. That if you're resonating with it, you're part of it. So just believe that the door can be open, and maybe it'll open itself. Potential outcome. Yeah, your potential outcome with the Yang coming up with an Ace of Pentacles and Yin coming up with the Lovers. Your potential outcome, I mean, this is saying that the overtone on all your individual details on your cards is a direction. It wants to point the way. In April, your way wants to be pointed. And who knows, if you are in it to win it, then knowing your way certainly is going to help in that endeavor. And that is your reading for April. Your games are afoot. Take them, use them, enjoy them. I'll see you next month. Thanks for being here. Until then, love you all. Bye for now.